G'day folks, welcome back to Valheim and welcome back to the Ashlands base, or what is currently the build for it. We have completed the outer layer of this castle, and I think we're about to move on to building the second story. I am wanting to obviously layer the castle at some point, but I think maybe it might help if we sort of start figuring out where the second story is going to begin. So that's essentially the problem that we're going to be at least trying to tackle in this episode. Hopefully. Hopefully we are able to resolve some of our sort of build question marks here that we're really trying to sort of figure out. I mean, I don't really have too much of a plan, which obviously makes things a little bit more difficult. So all I know is that we definitely want the second story to come up this way, and then somehow things need to hopefully miraculously sort of work out. Whether or not it is going to is a different story. I think that's a decent enough start. So, you know, something like that. Obviously we're going to need some steel, so that's going to have to come into play at some point. Let me add few more pieces. Yeah, something like that. And we also need to figure out in this episode how to climb up to the second story. So that much I actually don't know just yet. Thinking about it further, when we eventually get a second layer built, I think what we want is the staircase to be within the second layer, if that makes sense. So, let me just figure out where we might even start the second layer. I sort of want to make the outer section sort of become some kind of a corridor, if you will, right? So perhaps maybe that's going to be the thickness of said corridor. Is that the right thickness? I'm not entirely sure. I suppose that is the correct thickness. We do have issues outside here. We should get rid of these guys. Unwelcome guests. And yeah, it is probably going to be getting dark soon, so perhaps we're going to need to think about going home soon. I did sort of initially say that I was maybe going to figure out the outer layer later, and then we sort of, you know, work on the second story first, but maybe it doesn't make sense to do that. Maybe it makes sense to work on the outer layer, or sorry, the inner layer, the inner layer's wall first. And then we can sort of start thinking about what we want to do for the staircase, and then what we want to do for the second story. Is this too wide for a corridor on the outer layer? I think it's maybe a good idea to have it a little bit wider. We can have the space in the center be a little smaller. Alright. Now is perhaps maybe a bit more of the complicated part. We sort of need to figure out how we're going to make a circular structure in the same sort of I guess angle, the same sort of style as what we've got going on the outer wall. I don't know how easy or how hard it will be to do that. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this might be symmetrical, but I could be wrong. So perhaps maybe what we want to do is just be a bit more careful here. Maybe we'll use some guiding pieces just to figure out where we are and to see if things sort of marry up correctly. I mean, that looks decent. But I'm not 100% certain. Maybe... because we have quite a few different snapping points here, right? Like if I did a snapping point from there, for instance, that would marry up very nicely. Like so. But then... is that right, though? Yeah, at this stage, what I'm trying to figure out is which snapping point should I use as a guide to make sure that that we can sort of guide our walls in appropriately. That seems decent. And that sort of, I think, marries up relatively well. But I almost feel like we're going to end up having like a bit of a hexagon, or maybe not even a hexagon, maybe a octagon or something like that in the center, and it's not going to be circular per se. Are we happy with something like that? Maybe not. But are we going to have a choice? Man, it is so dark. Maybe it might be a better idea if we come back to this. If I recall correctly, in the previous episode we did also say that we might need to work on our cooking in this one, because we are running out of foods, and yeah, these lox meat pies, for instance. Are we even going to be able to make them? I mean, we don't even have any lox meat. We've got a little bit, but I think we use quite a bit for the pies, don't we? Let's just grab the ingredients for it, and let's see how many we can make. Okay. We should be able to make, like, 6 at the very least. Sorry, not 6. We should be able to make 3, rather. So, I might spend a little bit of time in the plains to see if we can hunt down a few more of those lox. And from the flour that we have, it might not be a bad idea to get some bread going. I don't remember if we have much bread. We might have a bit, actually. Yeah, we actually do have a bit of bread there. I don't have to cook it immediately, I don't think, so I'll leave it there for the time being. Just going to wait on these. Probably don't want to let go of any of this stuff just yet. I think maybe it might be a good idea to keep the cart for the Ashlands. We are likely going to need to fetch tons, literal tons of Grouston from somewhere. Possibly we might need the cart with us. I do hear a lot of, like, fuelings and stuff outside. I don't know if they're still hanging around. Okay, they've all ran away now. That was sounding a bit concerning. I'm guessing maybe some fuelings and maybe some charred warriors and archers were probably fighting each other. As long as they're not banging away at the wall, that is the main thing. And since we're here, let's just sort out a little bit of food. Yeah, maybe even making some roast chooks might be a good idea. What else? What else am I eating for HP? Oh, actually, no, I need a stamina food. Maybe just some bread should do. Okay, and I think I'll go visit the plains after we're done with one more session of building. Because I feel like we were... I don't want to say we were on a roll, but like I feel like I started to figure out something that might actually work for us. So something like this looks pretty good, and this is sort of the side of the outer wall where we know that both of the pillars are facing the same way. Which means that if we can sort of replicate this around like each and every side, theoretically we should get, you know, the the same shape or the same sort of length for the wall, except for maybe these sides here. So some sides are going to have a different length, but provided things are relatively provided things are relatively symmetrical, I am pretty happy. Okay, this is a bit of a worry. I think we're gonna have to fight the Morgan. And yeah, I just don't want the Morgan to get too close to the base, or too close to that structure over there, because we obviously want to keep the vines growing there. So okay, let's back out. Let's bring him over this way. Ow, let's bone mass. Okay, good. Bit scary every time we see one of those things. Alright, back to work. Enough excitement for one day. Let's hope there are no more in the area. So yeah, and what we're doing is we're just extending by one 4x2 piece and one 2x2 piece, like that. So in total, the length should be 6 meters. Not that I actually need a wall around this side, but I think it's maybe still a good idea for us to place that down initially, just as a bit of a guide, because I'll be able to then place the walls here. Yeah, and that should be, at the very least, a good starting point. So let's continue on that thought and follow the same process all around. Provided we have the materials, which maybe we don't. Just throw that there for a second. Oh yeah, we've got a little bit more Grouston. Might help if we just place this somewhere a little more central. That should be fine. Yeah, I don't know why I thought working on the second story first was going to be a good idea. This is obviously more important. But yeah, we have run out of Grouston very, very quickly there. Just gonna grab the cart. We'll deliver the cart outside, not completely outside of the wall, but we'll just leave it here. And I should be able to use that to just chuck some stone in there. All this other stuff I could maybe burn into charcoal. But yeah, I'm sort of looking for more Grouston, and to do that, we'll go out to the favour spawn location once more. Yeah, we only have a few more episodes remaining, guys. I mean, I'm not entirely confident that we will be able to finish this castle that we're trying to build. But that's okay, even if we don't, then, you know, it'll be something that we can do when we come back to playing Valheim again. I don't think it's too bad of an idea to have another project already ready to go. Alright, so we have been getting Grouston from there. I'm just trying to remember if there's any more Grouston somewhere else. I don't know if I should have eaten that second thing there, but anyway. Do we have any Grouston out here? Just a tiny little bit. There's not a lot of loose Grouston anymore. I'm gonna work my way towards the spawn points, and perhaps maybe over there we might find some. I mean, the structure that the spawn point was completely obliterated in the two fights that we've had. So there's really nothing left here. But yeah, I don't find any more Grouston here, unfortunately. How's that bird able to survive? Is that a bird? Just sitting there in the lava. Okay, well, if that's the case, then I think the next best thing we can... Oh, look at this. That's a very interesting formation there. So we've got some structures, but then the Grouston is almost enveloping it. So I'm gonna go back out to the Ashlands base location, and what I'm gonna do is just try to see if we can mine out the Grouston that we had set up the portal at originally. Although, think about it, I could just destroy the bottom sections of the structure here. Actually, maybe even easier if we grabbed this, and perhaps maybe we can just deconstruct it. Getting a little bit of Grouston here as well. Oh no. No, 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 no. Time to leave. Okay. Whew. That was really scary. I knew there was a Valkyrie in that area. If I go back out there, I'm gonna need to be more prepared than I am currently. I definitely will need, like, better foods and stuff. Maybe even wait for the bone mass power to come back. I mean, we've got a little bit of Grouston to work with, though. This will probably run out pretty quickly. Oh, hang on. Did I not complete all of the pillars? I guess I didn't. So I'm gonna have to work on the pillars. Yes, that's right. I think we got halfway before I realized that I wanted to correct all of the pillars. It's facing that way. There we go. Nope. Not in the right spot. There. Hang on, is that even right? I think so, yeah. Quick repair over here. Very good. Alright. Yeah, we are quickly running out of Growston though. So I'm not really going to be able to do too much more. Let's throw some of our spare Growston there. And I probably don't need to be carrying some of this wood. So I'll just leave that for the time being. Should actually grab... Oh no! Let's eat. This is concerning. Purely because I don't have bone mass on me anymore. Whew, alright. Yeah, 2 Morgans in one episode near the base. That's not so pleasant. Do I break this down? Maybe. I think it's served its purpose, so you'll probably just recover everything, all the materials for it. Maybe I drop this down here. Ooh. Might be able to utilize this bomb. Or this blob, rather. Yes, please explode. Yes. Get it to do its thing and help us with the mining. Okay, so... yeah, I knew building out here was going to be stressful. And I expected no less. I don't like the color of the shield, so I think we might need to just feed it a little bit more. Okay, so... bit of iron. I'll leave that there as well. Mustn't forget to close the gates. Oh no. Didn't mean to do that. I wanted to repair that. Come on. Let's get things back in. Okay. Let's go back and grab a little bit more grouston. And yeah, with any luck, we might attract some more of those blobs. There's a bit more iron here. We'll have to come back for that. Let's leave the stone. Right, so... chuck a few of those things there, and... yeah, let's just continue working. I mean, I should be working on the pillars, shouldn't I? That's right, it's getting dark, so... this, I think, is a little easier than working on the pillars. In the dark, at least. And yeah, I guess we may as well work on sleeping. We're still 2 minutes away from bone mass, and I would say that it's a bit of a waste if we started eating like some of our really, really good foods to try and go out and fight the Valkyrie. So what I might do is I might spend some time looking for some locks, Loxedin, Loxeye, and we'll try and hunt them. See if we can get some more Lox meat or some Lox pies. Yeah, maybe we can cull one or two. And let's just take a look at the Asvin. So these ones are too cold, apparently. I thought we had a few more eggs. Unless they've hatched and they're running around somewhere. Which, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But yeah, I don't really see them. Anyway, that's fine. Let's just get these guys a little warmer, a little closer to the fire. And hopefully we have some Asvins to work with. Okay, time to go to the plains. 10 minutes on our red. Going to want to think about coming back and eating something, some stamina food. But maybe by then we might actually be able to start thinking about whether or not we want to go back and fight the Valkyrie. I just want control over that area so we can continue gathering some more Grouston. Yeah, okay, that's actually a bit more Lox meat already. That's good. Won't have to hunt for too much longer. I wonder if that's a little too far. Or maybe I'm just whiffing. I think maybe just one more Lox and we should be fine to go back. We've got a couple here. We should be able to just attract one of them. Okay, good stuff. It's a lot of Lox meat, a lot of Lox pelts. We might need that for making bait at some point, right? Yeah, that's another thing that I haven't exactly done too much of in recent days. Haven't done much fishing. Okay. So, yes, the Valkyrie problem still persists, but I'm thinking maybe we can just continue building until we get closer to running out of stamina food. So, once we need to eat again, we'll start thinking about preparing ourselves. So... oh, okay. There we go. Need to be very close to the structure here. Either that, or I'm gonna have to move to the stone cutter. Okay, yep. Let's bring you over this side. Come on, mate. I've got a use for you. Okay, yeah, well, not exactly the best spot, but that's okay. We're chipping away at this thing. I'll probably bring a little bit more. Okay, let's keep going. Alright. Looking good. Let's get the walls back in. And... are we done with the pillars? I think we are. Okay, so presumably everything should work out. Big if. I think it should work out. I could maybe even start breaking down like some of these ones that we don't need anymore. It's then its job to guide the inner wall, but I'm a bit reluctant to do that, just in case we need to redo stuff and, you know, make some changes. So, let's come back to it. I do need to grab more Grouston, but going to try and deal with that Valkyrie. So, let's eat Let's have a crust pie. I think I'm okay with some of the lower tier foods if we need a health boost. But most importantly, we do have major healing needs. And do I have anything else that I want to use to try and assist us? Probably not. We just want bone mass to be on, obviously. So, yeah, let's get out there. We could be entirely trapped though, because it was very, very close to the portal. And we may find that the portal gets taken out immediately after we pass through, so... Anyway, we'll see how we go. Okay, it's fighting something else. So that's very nice that there's a distraction. Okay. This warrior seems very confused, but anyway. Thankfully, he wasn't too much of a nuisance, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad we took the Valkyrie out. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable now that we're a little bit freer to just do what we need to do in these parts. I did set this up because I wanted to see if I can just simply break this down, but I guess I don't have the option to do that. These are not things that I can simply break down, so my bad. In which case, I should just place that back where we had it originally. And yeah, I should just keep wailing away at this in that case, and... It is just very, very close to the lava, that's all, so... But yeah, things should simply crumble down now, and we should be able to get all of the Grouston from here. Come on. No? There we go. Little by little. It takes a while though, doesn't it? Alright, I think we've got the maximum amount of Grouston that we can get for now, or hang on. No, I feel like I can still carry a little bit more. Something like that, maybe. Alright, back we go. I'm feeling like this episode's been very productive, actually. Despite some of the setbacks, including the Valkyrie showing up. So, all in all, Pretty big success. Plus also managing to sort of work out how to get the inner wall built relatively symmetrically is obviously a big plus. So what we want is, yeah, just one of those pieces, and we go back in with that. And yeah, just keep going. Hopefully we can all make it make sense. So one thing about the music in Valheim, especially out here in the Ashlands, I find that when the Ashland theme song runs, you know, a bit louder than, when there's nothing going on, I find that there are enemies nearby, and that's an indication that there may be enemies nearby. Or perhaps enemies noticing us. I don't know if that is the case or not, but sometimes I find that the volume of the ambient music just suddenly gets louder for no reason. I feel like it's always because when enemies are nearby, that's what happens. But anyway, I digress. Where were we? I think it is getting dark though. I want to head home soon. That looks a little weird, doesn't it? What is going on here? Did we get stuff right? Or not right? Somehow? Yeah, that looks strange. Might need to redo that one. Yeah, okay. Something fishy going on that one. Unless that's been going on for every single section. It doesn't look like it. It looks pretty good everywhere else. So why do we only have a problem over here? I don't know, maybe it's not a good idea trying to troubleshoot while things are getting dark, so let's head home. And it's not completely dark just yet, so perhaps maybe I can spend a little bit of time cooking. Making some food. What food to make is the question. I reckon we need some roast chooks though. So let's get going with some of those. Oh, we are running out of Jotun puffs. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. So I can only make 3 of these, I think. What else can we make in the meantime? Tasty mead. Sure, we'll just have some tasty mead, why not? Let's throw all of this back in there, and Do I want to start making more lox pies? I mean, I could. Got plenty of lox now. Still have a lot of flour. Alright, once these pies are done, I think it's going to be bedtime, really. Okay, so while it's still early, maybe it's not such a bad idea for us to go out to the Mistlands and just do a few things there. Grab some Jotun puffs is really the primary thing that I want to do. But yeah, I mean, we should sort of wait around a little bit until it gets a little lighter in the Ashlands anyway. Right, that's the plan. Hopefully we can fix whatever's going on out there in the Ashlands, though. Whatever the problem is with that specific corner. Alright. Hopefully that should be good enough. Back we go. And I'll just stash the Jotun puffs. Yeah, too bad it's stormy though. Not really a fan of stormy days for construction, but can't really choose, can I? Okay, where were we? So, around here. It is still a bit dark, though. So it's a little bit difficult to work with, but... Why? Why are we having difficulty? What is the issue, exactly? That is so strange. I'm trying to really think about why this is happening. Just compare. Something must be slightly off somewhere. It is kind of... it is kind of bugging me a little bit. Why? Why did this happen? Let me see if we have the same problem happening from this side. Perhaps it's something to do with the outer wall. But yeah, these are all sort of lining up as expected. Hang on a sec. That may have fixed it. Perhaps it has something to do with having some of these other walls already set up. Although I am out of Grouston, so I just need to fetch a little bit and confirm, obviously, that it is no longer a problem. Maybe I'm celebrating too early. But yeah, let's go off and see if we can find some Grouston. And I may as well mine a little bit more while I'm here. Get you coming in this way. Yeah, even if he explodes there, I'd be pretty happy. Come on. Little closer. Very good, very good. I do like that. That's pretty much gotten rid of all of the Grouston for us. So, very happy with that outcome. Get rid of you, and let's just do the final little bit of building here to square off this wall, and we should be good. Yeah, okay. That is much better. Yeah, I had no idea why we were having issues before, but I think it has something to do with the way things were snapping from the inner wall there. So, I may as well spend a bit of time getting rid of the guides. Or should I do that later? Maybe I should do that later, actually. So, you never know. We might actually still need those guides later on. But I need to build upwards from this wall. So, yeah. Quite a bit of work ahead of us. But once we do that, we should then be able to start thinking about where I'm going to place the staircase. And I don't know, I feel like maybe we do want to place down a verger spiral staircase, though they're very cramped, aren't they? There's not a lot of space to move around with the spiral staircases. So I could experiment with Grouston staircases that curve upwards little by little. Maybe that could be the answer. But anyway, something that we're going to have to sort of figure out when we come back into the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, drop me a like down below. Don't forget to leave your suggestions on the next cozy game we're going to check out on the channel. So a link to that post is in the description section down below. Otherwise, stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.